We just finished our interview with Doug Ivey. He's a really fantastic guy. He's a part of our coffee group, and he shared, I'll give you a couple highlights that he shared about running a business, being an entrepreneur. He also shared pretty in depth about what it was like to lose a son. He and his wife had a son that passed away at an early age, and he shared about that. So it's just really cool for Doug to open up his heart and share part of his life and his story with us.
Yeah, very faith-filled person. Had some leaps of faith in his life, and he just very funny, and just enjoyed having him here today. So yeah.
Yeah, you won't want to miss the part where he talked about having an inmate in his house. So pay attention. Here it comes.
Yeah, very good. So without further ado, Doug Ivey.
I try to look at everyone that I come across as made in the image of God. And so that kind of changes hopefully, and with me at least, it changes like the quick responses that you may have, you know? And so then, our daughter came home after 3 months. Her son was still in the hospital and had even more major issues, and ended up going to Children's Hospital in Omaha, and then he died there at 10 months old. It was kind of like a challenge, I guess, to how serious am I when I say, I'm a Christian and I believe in all these things, but how serious am I? And was getting more interested in videography, and called him up, and I said, hey, I don't know if you know, but I've got a snow cone business, and I don't know if you know, but it's kind of hard to sell snow cones in the wintertime.
In Nebraska.
Yeah, so you got anything I can do? I got to tell her, I think we really need to see if he wants to live with us for a while. This guy that we've never met, he's done a few prison sentences, and there's no telling what could happen. What's the worst that could happen?
Welcome to the Barn Again podcast. My name is Jonathan.
And I'm Mike.
And today we have an impromptu guest with us that is part of our coffee group, multi-talented guy, and I will let Mike introduce him to you.
Oh, it's not me, huh?
No, it was... Sit down.
I was ready for you to say multi-platinum. That's kind of what it sounded like you were going to go with, which you probably could be. So Doug is an amazing drummer. I got to play with you years ago. So this is Doug Ivey. I've known Doug since, 05. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Wow.
We started working together in 05.
05, and left there in 2016. So knew you for like 11 years. Fun fact about I worked with Doug at St. Elizabeth Hospital in the IT department, and Doug is one of the funniest people on the planet. So amazing. He's going to be awesome to talk to. But fun fact about me working with you in IT, when I when I left IT at St. E's, I got a plaque for my service, I got a plaque for my service of 13 years. And I'd been there 11, and I was like, I'll take it. So I took the next 2 years off, and my wife really loved that. But no, Doug is an amazing person, very humble, good heart, big heart. Amazing story, and very good. A lot of faith, and we have a lot of conversations about God, and laugh a lot. So we're so excited to have you. You made it to coffee this morning, and Jonathan and I were going to do a podcast today, and just happened to work out that you could join us this afternoon.
Yeah.
So excited that you're here. So great to be here, man.
Thanks. Yeah, it's fun to be here.
Awesome.
It's uncanny how it worked out.
Oh man.
Like you said, I mean, you could call it a divine appointment. I don't know if it is, but
interesting.
there's like divine appointments of certain like levels, and this is probably one of the lower divine appointments, but it's still
divine nonetheless.
But
I
still
don't want to
relevant.
minimize it by any means. But,
Doug, you were the first person to tell us when our hard stop is.
We're
gonna have to ask you questions rapid fire.
Oh,
because what's the longest we've ever gone? 3 hours.
Oh.
Larry Kiter was a long one.
Yeah.
Father Kilcawley, was that?
I don't know.
Okay. We've had some long ones,
So
but
we're going to cram all our questions in and just throw them at your rapid fire.
all right. I did. I watched one of the episodes on the flight to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah? You had to go that far to
and back, right?
Yeah, I had paused it and then.
That's about right. I mean, that sounds about right.
Well,
I don't have enough interesting things to say to fill.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you do. I know your story. I know your story.
So, can you tell us? I don't know your backstory. So, what is your backstory? Where'd you grow up? How many siblings? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I grew up in Oakland, Nebraska, north of here. So I've lived in Nebraska all of my 55 years. I grew up in Oakland. I have a brother and a sister, and I've lived in Lincoln for, since 88. however long that is.
So you're like 75 years old.
Yeah.
Trying to figure the math.
1888.
Yeah, 1888. Yeah.
Doug looks a lot younger than his age.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. As far as like faith background, when I was in high school, well, I grew up in a Christian family, went to church, and kind of the standard, go to church every Sunday, and kind of the standard was probably American standard exposure to Christianity and stuff. It's wasn't like over. We didn't pray at every meal and stuff like that. But I knew, just through going to church and or going to church and Sunday school and all that kind of stuff, learned at an early age. And then when I was in high school, there's a guy who was probably 5 years older than me, and it was football player and stuff. He's really athletic, and he had like a garage, or it was actually like an old trailer that he converted into like a workout area, and so he offered that to anybody who wanted to come work out and stuff, and like for football and stuff like that, they could come work out. But he would also share the gospel with everybody that was there. It was really cool.
That's cool.
And so I had some other friends that did that, so I did that too. I wasn't like trying to bulk up or anything. It's like 130 pound skinny guy in high school. But yeah, so he kind of shared more about accepting Jesus as my Savior, and really got deep into what it means to live a life loving God, and yeah, just trying to live a life that emulates Jesus as close as we can. So yeah, he led me to accept Jesus, and from there I kind of didn't really, maybe plateaued or whatever for into my late teen years, and then early 20s kind of went downhill. I definitely wasn't, there were no fruits of the Spirit coming from me for several years, and then I don't know what, I just decided to take it more seriously. Then got married. Been married for 28 years. Yeah, 20 years now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then so we discussed this morning, when we were how do I say that? Wasn't really. Probably wasn't mentally prepared to have kids, and so we found out we're pregnant with twins. Like, okay, we're gonna get thrown into the fire, and then they ended up being born prematurely. So it was like just, just complete, not what I would expect. But yeah.
And
so
you were in the hospital for a long time.
Yeah.
Then too.
Yep. Yeah, they were born like 3 months premature, about 3 months early. So our daughter was in the hospital up until about like what would have been her due date, and then. Yeah, they each had pretty significant medical issues and stuff, and so then our daughter came home after 3 months. Her son was still in the hospital and had even more major issues, and ended up going to Children's Hospital in Omaha, and then he died there at 10 months old. But I don't really know where I was going with that. Well, so that kind of, I guess, fortunately, I talked about it, accepted God, didn't really do much with it, and then started to appreciate what it means to be saved, and that really helped me through that whole that trauma or experience. Yeah. But so our daughter now is 23. Yeah. And then we had 2 boys after that. They're 19 and 20, and they're just fine.
I think that's cool. Like I think I had heard you had twins, but like as you said it, I'm like, all 3 of us have twins.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's pretty cool. And we met somebody the other day who had twins. It's really common. Like, at Carl's confirmation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was trying to think with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and again, we're just jumping out of the gate here, but I know Mike and I have each lost a child to a miscarriage, but I haven't had a child die after birth. Do you mind sharing what that was like for you?
Yeah. It was, I don't know, it's been a long time ago, so I don't really remember exactly, but one thing that kind of popped into mind was, so they were born in July, and then like October-ish was when Brandon was moved to Omaha. And so then throughout the winter, we, made the trip daily from Lincoln to Omaha. And I think there was only maybe 2 days that we missed, traveling up there. Not like it's a big hike or anything to get there, but
That's
it was
still a lot.
45. It's, for people who don't know, Lincoln to Omaha is about 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep. Yeah, and we never ran into a couple times. There was some snow or something, but weather and stuff never prevented us from getting up there or anything. And it was from what I can remember, it was kind of like time, at times kind of stood still. We were just kind of on autopilot, and there were times that they thought, oh, he's getting better. Maybe he can come home pretty soon, and then things would get worse, and so it was kind of a roller coaster there. But we just we couldn't really do much other than just take it one day at a time, and
Total trust.
Yeah.
In God.
Yeah.
That would be so hard to oh, he's getting better. Okay, we're gonna turn the corner here, and he's gonna come home. But then have the dips and
in fact, that's kind of where we were at. Was we thought the doctors were saying, hey, it looks like he'll be good enough to come home. He would have had to had somebody, maybe I don't know if like nursing care, come in and help with different medical issues that he had. But yeah, it was kind of like we were getting our hopes up, all right, he's going to come home. And then just all of a sudden just, went downhill. And within a couple of days, probably, he had, the doctors, were saying, we don't really know why he's getting worse. And then they said, yeah, you guys better come up here.
Wow. So my last, Elliot, is 10 now, was born premature. He was 27, 28 weeks.
Yeah.
And so he spent several weeks in the NICU. And for him, it was the first 72 hours were kind of that, which is they're possibly a brain bleed. We're not really sure, and his platelets are low, and just all kinds of crazy stuff that you're like being educated at the same time. You're going through all that, and your wife just had a baby. And then you got, for us, we had kids at home, and it's chaotic. So I can't imagine then having to travel to Omaha and everything, because the preemie, you can't touch them for the longest time.
But by that point, they were at a stage where we could hold them and for most of the time, so it was good. It was I don't know. I don't think I would trade it. Having gone through it. I don't think I would trade it. For what people would call a normal, normal. All that stuff.
Was Derek next or Alex? I can't remember.
Derek.
So, after going through that whole experience, were you hesitant to get pregnant again? Were you kind of worried about
how
painful that was?
Yeah.
No.
No, not really. So we'd been trying to have kids for a while, and ended up going to fertility doctors, and so that whole process is kind of what led to the twins, or led to the birth of the twins. And it was, it wasn't really anything hereditary or anything that it was just happened that that we had twins out of that, and then
of our twins, our second one was born dead. He had an APGAR 0, so they had to resuscitate him. And I remember at the time, they made me leave because it was an emergency C-section, and just the flood of emotions of the excitement and the fear and the unknown and all that. Yeah. So what was that like for you? I mean, when you were there and they came and they said he's not going to make it, did you have some time, some notice, or was it did it happen quickly? What was that like?
I mean, quick in a sense that it was, maybe a couple days at the most, where he started going downhill. And they went from, I think we can plan on going home, to oh, wait a minute, and so then, we were there as often as we could be. And what was your question again? The emotions.
I guess what I really want to know is how did you handle that emotionally? Not just the roller coaster, but the finality of, our son's dead.
Yeah. It took, obviously it took a while to kind of snap out of it, more or less. I mean, I guess it was kind of foggy, just because, in a way there was probably, again, it's been 22 years since he died, so I don't remember exactly all of it, but so it's kind of why did this happen? Why not? How come? There's just a lot of questions and stuff, but from what I can remember, that and now especially, there's a peace, or I feel a peace about it. Partly because, one, I know as Christians being saved, we're going to end up in heaven eventually, and our time here is so short compared to infinity, in the presence of God and Jesus. And so that gives me a lot of peace, I guess, just to know that it's not final, that not being, that not seeing him here, in this life, it's not final. It's just a mere short time, and then we'll be, I believe we'll have eternity together.
That makes me think. Have you guys miscarried at all? Okay, so you and I have both had that experience, and so the blessing is that you held your baby.
Yeah,
we didn't. That wasn't allowed for us, and so we didn't get a chance to do that. But I can imagine you're going back and forth to Omaha for 10 months, and that's your whole life.
Yeah.
Forget about going to play golf or something,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're there, and so having that just end, I'm sure that was a hard corner to turn to get back to a normal life. And plus, Brittany's, you need to take care of her too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Meanwhile, she's at home.
Yeah.
And,
right. So
and she had a brain bleed too, so she had issues of her own. That. Just having one child at home with the medical conditions that she had, wasn't enough to be overwhelming too.
Right.
But then
Man,
it was just
God gave you the strength, man.
Yeah.
There's no way you can keep that up without.
Yep.
So your faith is very important to you, and so I know a lot of the guys in our group are Catholic, but you're not. You go to I guess what church do you go to?
It's Hope Community Church.
Okay.
It's a Reformed church. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And you play do you play drums there anymore or not?
Not anymore.
Okay, big drummer. I don't know if I mentioned that at the start, but
He didn't want to take over and be the center of attention because he's such a great drummer. It's humble of you, Dave.
we have a lot of drummers on here.
Yeah?
You're the third drummer.
Yeah.
You're the third rock drummer.
Do you drum? I drum.
I did the other night at the Boiler.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, we did.
Did you?
So we had our show at the Boiler, and Jonathan came up and drummed on Doug number 2. No, you're Doug number 2.
number
Doug's
2.
number 3. Is that do we have 4 Dougs? No, we have 3.
Just 3.
3.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jonathan came up, and I'm playing guitar, and he's playing the drums, and you were legit. Legit. So that was pretty cool.
I channeled my inner Doug Ivey.
Yeah. Well, you did. You did a good job. So you're
But
married.
playing drums was fun.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, the worship leader at the time, he was great. He was it was fun because he and I were kind of, everybody else in the rest of the band too. It was just kind of, I knew I felt my part or whatever. It was kind of like, only musicians would probably understand this kind of stuff, but God's orchestrating the whole thing, and you have your part, and if everybody's concentrating on their part and putting all of their effort and all of their God-given talents and abilities into their effort, then everything combined is just amazing.
Oh yeah.
Just to be part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's the whole gospel about your body. St. Paul, I'm totally butchering. This is horrible. What Bible verse is that?
What Bible is that?
The whole part's the eye can't be an ear, or the foot can't be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm totally butchering that.
No, that was beautiful.
Was that the end? Anyway, so Beth is your wife.
Yep.
She is awesome. You guys are always whenever we see you, you're just full of peace and joy. It always seems like that. So how did you meet Beth?
I moved in the apartment complex in the hall, down the hall across from her.
Oh,
So
nice.
just got to know each other.
You kept stalking her.
Yeah. Pretty
Wait,
much.
he actually met her before then. Then he moved into the apartment.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, coincidentally.
Interesting. So how long you guys been married? 28
years.
8 years. Wow, that's awesome. So you as you kind of talk through getting your family started and everything, you took what did you go to college?
Southeast Community College.
You did?
Here, yep.
Did you already say that?
No.
Okay, good. That'd
And then
have been awkward.
And then I finished up at Doane.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your degree?
Business with emphasis in finance, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's how I met you, was in IT.
At Doane? Oh.
In the apartment complex. I was trying to get the one right next to Beth, and you got that one. Totally ruined my plans. Just kidding, Beth.
And Melissa.
So, but you wound up in IT at St. Elizabeth, and the reason that you got there was kind of neat. You were kind of telling us this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to elaborate on
so
why you wanted a job there.
Throughout all the experience that we had with the NICU and the nurses and everybody in the NICU, it was just amazing how dedicated they were to, to all the infants and everything, everybody in their care. And throughout the 3 months that I was there, gradually over time, I thought, wow, this seems like a really great place to work. I'd like to, and they did so much, for our kids and for us. And I thought that'd be a fun way to try to kind of give back or whatever, is if I could get a job here, not like doing nursing or anything, but yeah. So then the job in the IT department opened up, and
Yep. And then we ended up being in the corner cubicle by the coffee machine, right?
Yep.
And actually, I mean, this is another crazy story, but we had, remember Todd Herndon?
Yeah.
So I think it was like the cubicle. I'm not sure if anybody really cares, but it was Doug and Jerry by the window. I was on the other side, and then on the fourth side, or no, who was it? I can't remember who was on it. Anyway, we made up this fourth cubicle, and on the other side of my wall was Todd Herndon. And Todd, great guy, IT guy, loved motorcycles. Well, one Friday, he's like, see you Monday, and we never saw him again.
Yeah.
Got hit by a motorcycle, or got hit on his motorcycle Sunday afternoon. Yeah, he was just going to like garage sailing or something.
Yeah.
And, so that was really a wake-up call. There's been a few times, I think, in my life, and I'm sure you guys too, where you realize, okay, tomorrow is not a guarantee.
Yeah.
And then you start living your life a little differently because you know people that have passed immediately or gotten some terminal cancer. I just saw Wes send out a message about Ben Sass, and he's got terminal cancer, it said. So yeah, crazy. You just don't have tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. But anyway, so yeah, it was fun. That was fun times though back then.
Yep.
Sitting back in those cubicles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that makes me think of the last half of my life now that I've lived so far. I've probably come to appreciate just people and the relationships that you build with people, and even more, and just how I try to look at everyone that I come across as made in the image of God, and so that kind of changes your. Hopefully, and with me at least, it changes like the quick responses that you may have, like the negative responses that you may have towards someone. If you see them as a child of God, made in the image of God, that kind of I don't know, for me at least, gives me an appreciation for just the different relationships that have developed over time, and yeah, I feel like I have kind of a love for people in general.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Oh, thanks, brother. And it kind of makes you remember that everybody's got a story, and you never know what they went through to get to where they're at.
Yeah.
So I totally forgot about this story. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about, but don't let me forget about your career path, because that's amazing. But speaking of like people and not judging them, can I tell the prison story of your friend?
The time we did, or
Well, now I want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
that's up to you, man.
lock up. So Doug, I mean, I cannot. Oh man, I can't even. The story, like your story of what you did, you and your wife did, was so much like the gospel, and you can fill in the blanks for what the story is. But I remember back at St. Elizabeth, you had talked to me about taking somebody into your home, and you had been doing some prison ministry, and a gentleman that you had connected with, I believe, was getting out, or he was breaking out. I can't remember, but he needed a place to go.
Yeah.
And you have little kids at the time, and you welcomed him into your home, and you didn't know him before your prison ministry. I'm guessing, right? Yeah. So you. I mean, I was really blown away that your heart was that big, that you were willing to put your family
my bologna.
Oscar
your bologna sandwiches at risk in your refrigerator because
stay away from my sandwiches.
Don't you touch my sandwiches.
I'm sorry.
That'll get edited.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah,
no, we won't. We don't edit. That is one thing that we do not do. Edit.
We can't afford it.
Oh man. But you took him into your home, and you welcomed him, and he lived with you guys. And you can tell more of the story, but that touched me so much, and I was just like, wow, the amount of like courage that would take, and yeah, that's just amazing. So I don't know if you want to elaborate on that story or how that came to be, but it was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well then,
Thanks for that.
and then can we talk about your business now, your coffee shop?
Yeah, so that's got to be, a lot of people in their story, they've got a lot of God moments, and I know God definitely interacted here, and I ask a lot of stuff, and that's I only like one big God moment.
The Whopper.
There's more.
That's
yeah,
a big old Whopper.
yeah, but yeah, so that it was interesting because I had met this guy through the prison ministry that our church is involved in. It's guys that are about ready to parole. They're at the correctional center, and so they're on like minimum security work release, stuff like that. And this guy had coming in that's like a 3-month session. So I met him, and after like 2 months or so, I got to know him, and talked to him. He was wasn't really talking to a lot of people, and so for some reason I like drawn to people that are kind of isolating or whatever, hanging out. So I went over and talked to him and got to know him pretty well, and then after like 2.5 months, I'm driving home one night, and I'm thinking I got to tell Beth. There's this guy. I had told her about him, I think, by that time, but I was thinking, I got to tell her, I think we really need to see if he wants to live with us for a while. This guy that we've never met, he's done a few prison sentences, and there's no telling what could happen. What's the worst that could happen,
So the Holy Spirit's tugging at you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Big
Wow.
time. Yeah. Because I don't know if everybody else thinks or experiences this kind of stuff. Like the first time it popped into my mind, I'm like, yeah, it'd probably be nice if somebody did that. And then, just kind of not fighting it, but like not really embracing it, for a couple times. And then, being a slow learner, then I realized, oh, okay, this is like a Holy Spirit moment or whatever. Wow. Yeah. So like, okay, I gotta prove, I guess like I had said that by that time I had spent, 15 or 20 years, I suppose, kind of getting back into a more solid faith or understanding, I guess. And so it's like, okay, I guess it's time to prove it.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we did, and everything worked out. And then funny thing, after several years, I was talking to him about it, or he and I were talking to somebody else about it, and he said, yeah, I didn't know if I should do it, and it kind of caught me off guard because I was thinking, what are you talking about? Because why would you not turn that down? Because it's a free place to stay, and it was decent, safe. We lived in a good neighborhood and everything, and we offered. I said, if you can eat with us, and kind of like probably overbearingly, come on, be part of the family.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was kind of
maybe he thought you were sketchy.
Probably.
Like, what's this guy? Why is this guy offering
Yeah.
this? Wow. So how was Beth? What was Beth's take on it when you presented it to her?
She was like, like you would expect any woman to be. She's like, okay. It's like, if you're sure that this is a God thing, and like, well, no, I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure.
So Mike and I were talking about that earlier today. Like, how do different people hear God? Because the word we use a lot in the Catholic world is discernment.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to discern, is this God's will or His voice in my life, or is this just me?
Yeah.
And so that's interesting to hear. Like, it was a subtle little prompting, and you couldn't quite tell, and so you heard it come up again, and it was persistent.
Yeah.
Was there a sense of peace that came with it, or what made you decide?
kind of.
I think this is the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I suppose there was enough peace that I kind of also thought was kind of like a challenge, I guess, to how serious am I when I say, I'm a Christian and I believe in all these things, but how serious am I? But at the same time, there was a peace, like, it's like, don't worry about it, just do it.
Yeah, right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We just came back from the movie David, and have you guys seen that at all? No, it's really good. It's the animated version, and but I got in the car with my son Nicholas, who's 12, and I said the one thing you take away from this movie is courage.
Yeah.
Like he just believed God was on his side, and he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you guys prayed about it, and I mean, we're not like speaking bad of like somebody that's incarcerated. It's more of like, you just don't know who they are. They've presented opportunities where they have chosen the wrong path. Yeah. And so you're like, well, I don't want to put myself or my family in harm's way, but you live the gospel. I mean, the rubber met the road there.
Yeah.
And how long was he with you?
3 or 4 months maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
it was like 3 or 4
And he's
months,
doing
yeah.
okay now?
Yeah.
Still in contact
He's-
with him then?
Yeah, we still stay in touch.
Wow.
He's,
That's
I
awesome.
think
Like
that's
everybody.
what Christ would have done, though, because like we tend to whitewash a little bit of Jesus' life, but like he was literally eating with prostitutes. That doesn't mean they had quit necessarily.
Yeah.
Like he was just going into the poorest of the poor spiritually. Same thing with tax collectors. Like they were probably going back to collect more taxes
Yeah.
the next day, but he's eating a meal with them.
Yeah.
And so like you said, it's not that you don't forgive and you don't want to judge. At the same time, you have to be a little cautious
Yeah.
about it, but you kind of not threw that caution to the wind. You just listened to God
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
said, I've got this.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be safe.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe
Yeah.
it. There was enough of a peace that it was kind of reassuring that, this is a God thing.
And how many ripples will come of that you'll never know? Like your
Yeah.
kids, what they saw happen. I mean, it's an amazing story, and I totally forgot about it until we just started talking. But what an amazing story and an example for your kids of no fear, loving another human being.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they've done, in a stranger.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you met multiple like corporal works of mercy.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely something that'll stay with me forever.
Yeah, that's really awesome. What other times in your life have you done something that was like we talked this morning at coffee, like stepping out of the boat? Was there other times in your life that you were you took a leap of faith, and when the rest of the world was like, this isn't prudent, and you were like, I'm going to give it a shot?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I think
like,
of your coffee.
I don't know about the rest
or
of the world, but like my little world.
Yeah,
yeah. It's So it's things to me like normally or a normal person would say, that really doesn't make any sense. Stuff like that then to me is kind of like an indicator. Okay, well, if it has the markings of something divine, then it probably is. Especially if generally other people are saying that's crazy, why would you do that, that doesn't make sense. That's kind of the main thing. What doesn't make sense? Well, no, not really, but
Yeah. I mean, because you were a financer, is that where your
I
major was?
flamed out on a bunch of careers.
Flamed out on finance, and you were in IT with me.
It went from like banking, banking profession, I guess, whatever. Yeah, to like computer programming.
Yeah.
IT, and then got rid of all that and jumped into a food truck business.
Yeah, snow cones.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
tell us
Nebraska.
more about that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that doesn't,
Which was all. I remember the first time I saw you in the back of that truck. I was like, "This is cool." You came out here. You actually
Yeah.
came out to our Halloween.
Yeah,
you had
yeah,
a
Halloween party,
Halloween
yeah.
party, and you came out and Anyway, so how did you get in? I mean, you were in IT, safe, stable,
Yep.
wide risk, all that.
Yeah, and I was getting tired of that, just the kind of career path, and things are changing faster than I wanted, than I was comfortable with. It's like just trying to keep up on all the industry standards, I guess,
Sure.
and not like we were at Microsoft or anything. So it wasn't like cutting edge or anything, but yeah, I was just getting burned out on that, and one of the things that actually Beth found the Kona Ice franchise. She found that, or the info about it, and one of the things that kind of we kept coming back to was they encouraged all their franchisees to give back to the community. And so we're like, okay, well, if we had to start a business together, we probably wouldn't have been good at it. If we had to dream up all the marketing, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a turnkey, I think is the key, or the word, turnkey business. So you can jump in. Requires a little more investment up front, but you jump in and you're off to the races. And so that was probably another time where it was kind of like, it doesn't really make sense, and we're comfortable. I had grown comfortable, in the life that we had, steady paycheck and stuff. And so we just kind of took a leap of faith there, and that worked out all right. Also,
It did. How long were you guys doing the Kona Ice?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I
Yep.
didn't realize that. And then you got into like the coffee
Yeah, they have
side
a
of
coffee
things,
truck. Yeah,
which was really cool.
that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
So I mean, that's really fun that you're like just experimenting, just having fun, and taking a risk.
Yeah.
But you've learned something from every time. Are you thinking in the future, like now? So I guess, do you want to tell them now what you do?
Senate. I'm running for Senate now. No.
Senate. He's climbing Mount Mount Everest in the Himalayas.
Yeah.
That's coming up, and we'll get maybe some shots of that. No, but so you went into like you sold that business.
Yep.
That was Kona Ice
Got
and
burned out
Tom's.
on that too.
You're restless. St. Augustine would say you're restless until your heart rests in God.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to be restless.
Very good. Yep.
Yeah.
so it was kind of getting burned out on that, and so then I knew a guy that was working at Back to the Bible. He was in like marketing and videography, stuff like that, and had always had an interest in photography, and was getting more interested in videography, and called him up, and I said, hey, I don't know if you know, but I've got a snow cone business, and I don't know if you know, but it's kind of hard to sell snow cones in the wintertime.
In Nebraska.
Yeah, so you got anything I can do? All right, it wasn't quite that begging, but I was like, I explained, hey, I'm really interested in this, and if you're willing to teach me, I'd love to learn, and even do stuff, even if it's have to do it for free or whatever. And so, yeah, so he kind of got me hooked up with, compiling videos and things like that, and then a couple of years passed, and I got in touch with them again, or we contacted again, and they said, hey, if you're willing to do more, we'd like to have you come back to work. And ended up, they said, if you want to come back to work part-time again, then we'd love to have you back. And so then I had kind of been teetering on the thought of, I don't know if we really want to stay in the food truck business, and so then it was good timing that they had ended up having full-time or enough work for full-time hours. Yeah. So now.
So what is Back to the Bible, and what are you doing there exactly?
They started out as like a radio ministry, had like radio or like ministry teachings and stuff like that. Just strictly on the radio, and then I don't know at what point had kind of got into video production too, and now it's all just online, or it's all like YouTube is our main source of info. But it's kind of like there's kind of a variety of stuff, but it's mainly like Bible teaching, encouraging, kind of shorter 5-minute or less type videos.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Are they just in the U.S. or are they international as well? Do you know?
Well, at one point, yeah, they had offices internationally. Now I think the only office is in Jamaica. The only like direct ties to the U.S. office. I don't know. I don't really know what happened to the other offices. That they just kind of split off. I think branched off.
Okay.
Formed their own.
All that matters is that you need to go to Jamaica during
That's
the
right.
winter to visit the other office.
Do you have any viewers from the Philippines?
I don't know.
We do. We do
Oh,
have
yeah.
a good.
Nice.
What's the handle at YouTube? Is it Back to the Bible?
Back to the Bible US.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also a Back to the Bible Canada that's not affiliated.
Not affiliated?
Just
Seriously?
already picked the name. Yeah.
Oh, we found
they already
another
had a
barn
name.
again out there, but we won't say where.
We think it's in the Philippines.
It's probably
Because we have such a big viewership there. They keep stumbling on us, and they're like, this ain't it.
Those guys don't look Asian at all, but it's okay.
Wow. So you left the do you feel like you'd ever go back into IT? I mean, I think there's a lot of people that watch. I feel there's just a lot of men that are part of our men's group, the retreats, coffee group. Everybody sort of like has some flavor of IT experience.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, would you ever go back into IT?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's been out that said they would
That's
go
gone back. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's it's needed, I guess, at certain capacities. You can have hospitals and everybody, but yeah, I don't think that I would. And we kind of talked about it this morning, but taking the leap of faith and kind of going out there where you're sort of floundering, and I think about the image of Indiana Jones when he walks out on is it Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail? I think.
Where he throws the sand?
Yeah, he can't see. He's got to take a leap of faith to go from one cliff to the other. But yeah, so I kind of think about once you
What
leave,
movie was that? Maybe the second one?
Weird Al Yankovic's.
Is that after?
Ace Ventura.
Is that after he visited Lando in the Cloud City?
Yes, that was the one. He was Chewbacca was on the other side of the cliff, and he's out there like this.
What is in your cup?
I don't even know, man. That Boiler Brewing Company. That's what's in my cup right there. Sponsorship. Okay, so
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. So yeah, so no more IT is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think once you take that leap of faith and your feet land and God catches you, then you're like, okay, I'm going to do that again.
Yeah.
And again, and then your life is amazing, right? And I mean, you know what that's like too. You're running your own business, and so. Yeah.
What was the most rewarding and most challenging part of being an entrepreneur?
The most rewarding part was probably when we started making enough money that we could hire employees, and then just like kind of trying to treat them like they were partners, but just trying to kind of go, above and beyond, that trying to make them feel like they're, not just an employee, and that like the job itself was kind of like a cashiering type job, position. You're just making transactions, one after another, and it was kind of fun to help, or to try to help them, or try to get them to feel like they were more than, just somebody at the window and, making transactions for us, that they were part of, kind of a little family, so to speak, I guess, that, trying to help them understand that you're, even though the part that you're doing may seem minimal or whatever, but you are a good integral part, needed part of this whole operation, the whole family.
It sounds like a common thread in Doug Ivey's heart, is that you find the good in people like that.
Yeah. It's fun to encourage, because a lot of the people who were working for us were high school, college age, and most of them, we only had like maybe 5 employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the majority, 3 of them.
What would you like to do if you had enough money to like afford it? I know you like coffee, and but what would you want to do? Like, would you want to run another business? Do you have any, what's your passion of what would you like to have happen the next 5 years or so?
I don't know. Well, I said before, like when I retire, if I ever can retire, then it would be fun to maybe get more involved in like the prison ministry that we're doing now, because the one thing that I like about that is it's just the relationship. You get to know people and get to hear their story, and a lot of times, the guys that have been in prison, there's kind of a redemption story or redemption thread or whatever. So it's fun to learn those things, and then also encourage them. So it'd be probably, short answer is something to help guys that have been in prison, not go back to prison.
Wow.
Whether it's, just, I don't know, hooking them up with different community supports or whatever, or just being a support to hopefully, help if they're on the brink of making a decision that's going to either keep them out or send them back. It'd be great to be part of that decision process, helping them, make a good decision.
Do you have anything in your past or growing up that would draw you to more of a prison ministry?
Not really.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about, when did you land the father role on? Oh man, I was trying to be funny, and I'm not gonna. Not Who's the Boss.
Who's the boss? I look like Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
Full House. When did you get it? I mean, we're not going to skip over that, Doug. We know you got the role there. No, I'm just kidding. You don't look like him at all. But I was like, how do I bring that? Because you should have buckets of money after your show, your time on the Full House. And then you did, what was the show that he did? The funniest home videos.
Oh, America's Funniest Videos.
Anyway, I can't remember what the guy's name is.
What is his name?
Is it Jesse something? No, that was his name on the show. It was not Full House.
No, that was the brother.
Oh.
Jeez.
Danny, right?
Oh, is it Danny?
DeVito?
Danny DeVito, yes. Twins, maybe twins.
So what I think is cool
Sorry,
about running the business, pretend Mike's not here. Like you said,
we won't edit it out. I'm sorry.
You had 5 employees, and like you were providing for those people. I mean, I know it was some of it was part-time and whatnot, but like that's there's something to that. Like you're providing a living for those people, and a place of purpose for them to go and do something that they find value in.
Yeah, that was probably my main goal, is more so than the money, because it wasn't, a high paying job by any means, but yeah, just to kind of help support, one of their purposes.
So what was the most challenging aspect of running a business?
Just the hours, because we were, we got to a point where when we had employees, we got to a point where we weren't working like every weekend. We weren't working Saturday and Sunday, but it was a little bit, for pretty much every day, whether it was bookkeeping or whatever, stuff behind the scenes or maintenance, and stuff like that. That was the most challenging, is I always tried. Our kids were young at the time. I don't remember how old they were. Probably 10, or no, they wouldn't have been 10. They're younger than 10 when we started it, and so that was kind of a big hesitancy. Was if we're going to be putting a lot of time into running a business, I don't want that to take away from time while they're growing up. And so that was the most challenging, I think, was trying not to tip that scale of work and family
It's hard to balance.
balance. Yeah.
I didn't realize. I mean, you had mentioned it was 8 years, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe that they're that young, but that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess they would have been about 10-ish. But yeah.
What was it like? So Brittany, she's 23.
3 now. Yep.
And now she lives on her own,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So how was that transition for? I mean, everything that you went through with her and her, she needs assistance and things like that. Was that? Was it great? Was it really hard? What was that like to have her go and live on her own?
It seemed like it was good timing.
Mm.
Yeah, just as far as the family dynamics, and everything, it was probably good timing. I don't like intellectually. I don't really know, where I would peg her as, like still maybe teenager, that kind of mentality in some things, and then older, young adult, in other things.
She was ready.
Yeah.
She was ready probably to go home.
Yeah. She gets homesick. I mean, she's still here in town, but
Yeah.
she gets homesick at times. But yeah. And you'd mentioned earlier about just the lessons that our other normie kids, pick up. And that was the great lesson for them, because there's 3 and 4 years difference between the boys and Brittany. And so, they grew up seeing, that just because somebody has a physical or mental disability, that might limit some of the things they can do, but it doesn't limit them as a person, or, it doesn't limit their image that they're created. It doesn't limit the image of God.
It doesn't diminish their value.
Yeah.
If anything, it enhances.
Yeah.
Her and everybody around her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's got. She's usually pretty happy and just really happy to be involved, in conversation, and just glad that she's wherever she's at for the most part.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet I bet the boys miss her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah.
They're boys, so they probably are glad she's gone in some days and other days.
Yeah.
They probably don't even know she is gone, right?
Yeah.
If she's a boy, you're like, where'd she go?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
So what's Beth's passion? Does she have a passion? Does she want to start a new business, or?
Yeah, I don't think so.
She's really fun to be around.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've met Beth. Have you met Beth?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, you guys are both just such a great couple.
She's really got like a servant's heart too. So her, her ultimate thing to do, or ultimate job, I guess, so to speak, would be serving in some capacity.
That's awesome.
Yep. That wasn't really what you asked, was it? But
I don't even remember what I asked.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I've never seen her mad.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen her multiple. I think I ran into her at not Children's Hospital, but it was the. Oh man, why is my brain? I think I didn't get enough sleep the last few days. Children's Museum.
Oh,
you guys were parked out there. She was out there, and so I ran into her. I was out there, and she's always got a smile on her face and just always at peace. So yeah, you guys are fun couple. All right, what's your favorite kind of music? I mean, drummer and.
Yeah, for the past probably 15 or 20 years, I've kind of been strictly like K-Love type music, contemporary Christian music. Yeah, so that's I'm a firm
Jeremy
believer.
Camp, those kind,
Mercy Me, Matthew West, love those guys.
Oh yeah, I think we saw you at was it Mercy Me years and years ago?
Yeah,
probably. Brian and so that was neat.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that what you listen to, you may not realize, but if whatever you're listening to all day long, if you're listening to music that's negative, whatever, then that's gonna seep into your thought life and probably some patterns after a long time, I guess.
Yeah, I should probably give up Metallica.
I do in my 20s, I was a big fan of Van Halen and Metallica and Bon Jovi, a lot of hard rock stuff.
So do you jam out
appreciate
anymore
it.
with drums, or have you just totally retired from it?
Well, I don't have a drum set anymore, so I haven't had the chance.
How do you do
Do you have a drum set?
Nope.
No.
My daughter does, but I don't.
Yeah. I'd love to buy another one. That would be fun, because it's fun playing.
I got a buddy who's a professional drummer. I'll connect you to.
I do know a guy selling drums.
Oh yeah. All right.
He's a pious teacher.
Oh yeah.
Cool. He just put the skins back on. He was telling me all about it. I didn't really understand what he's talking about. He wrapped the skins back on there. It's good.
Well, I want to be respectful of Doug's time because he gave us a hard stop.
Okay.
So I think we're almost on the button.
Ooh, close to it. Yep.
We'll give you like one last question that will blow your socks off.
Don't look at me.
Oh, crud.
Is that what you were going to do?
Yeah, I was teeing you up. Softball.
No, I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to go into. Well, we're talking about music, and I don't know. No, it's okay. I don't know. Do you have anything else? Well, are you talking about that question?
No, we don't have to do that. It's up to you.
What do you have any questions for us, Doug?
Yeah.
Ooh. What's the most interesting answer you've had from a guest? Or most unexpected? How's that? Most unexpected answer you've had from a guest?
Unexpected.
Oh, I know what mine is.
Go ahead.
What's the egg question? That would be my. Do
The
you know what
egg
that is?
question? No.
Okay, that.
Like,
There we
well,
go. Okay.
Nailed it.
What number is this? 14? Is this episode 14 or 15?
You asked me that before. It's somewhere around there.
Yep. I don't know. Okay, that would be my. Yeah. What's your?
There was I forget who it was. Somebody had a background in drugs or prison or something, and we asked a question, and it came out, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So it was kind of a shocking answer to a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have other questions. I could go into like a little bit of like your growing up. I know we had Dan Zock on it. I don't know, a number of months ago, but he grew up in a home that was like, I don't think could they even listen to music?
No,
it was
pretty
strict.
strict.
Yeah, only vocal, whatever you call it.
Hymns and stuff.
A
maybe?
cappella?
Choral? Yeah, like you couldn't have instruments and stuff.
Oh, really?
Which
Yeah.
is ironic that they started the band.
I mean, I think it was like they saw it as
He really rebelled and
demonic.
became
or
a drummer.
whatever. Oh my gosh, yeah. But he was on K-Love and everything too, so I
Yeah.
think he made it. But I just didn't know if you had anything with your upbringing to church and yeah, I didn't know much
nothing-
about your mom and dad.
Nothing too extreme.
Yeah.
Pretty average. Middle class white kid.
Yeah.
Small town Nebraska.
Where did you grow up again?
It's like a Bruce Springsteen.
What was it?
I grew up
Oh,
in a
Oakland,
small town.
Oakland.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because when he
Oakland,
first said
California.
Oakland, I thought California.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't realize you were so seasoned.
Yeah. Crusty. If anything.
Who's your favorite Christian band and your favorite secular band?
Favorite Christian band? It'd have to be either Matthew West or Mercy Me. I love Mercy Me because like Bart Millard, I think, is the singer. I love how he just belts out. It's just like you could picture him singing to God. The way he just, it's like all in with whatever he's singing. Seems like.
Yeah.
And he's written so many hits.
Yeah.
I mean, and I
Yeah.
think he talks about his process of going into like a cabin and in the woods or whatever, and
That's
he
Matthew
writes.
West. Yeah.
That's Matthew West that does
Yep.
that?
But yeah, that's
Okay.
what I love about him is that the stories that he tells,
Oh,
that
man.
the stories that he gathers and then retells through music.
Have you written any songs?
No,
Could you write one?
actually, I did. With the assistance of AI, it was something about a man bun.
Oh yes, that's right.
Wow. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Zing. Yeah, the man bun hasn't been around. It's been a man braid. So. Well, I can get I can wrap it up. I don't want it. We're after 4, so.
Yep.
Okay. If I can get out of this situation. Okay.
Mike will be
We have
right
one. We have one more question for you.
Do we all need to stand?
Nope. You and I got to sit here. Mike's going to do his thing.
It's getting toasty in here.
It is a little. It's getting warm.
Baby, it's cold outside though.
Are you doing any comedy? Have you thought about doing a comedy show?
No.
Okay. But, I mean, nobody really understood. Nobody really understood when I said that you're really funny because you're really, really funny. Comedy level on stage funny. And one of these days we're gonna have to get you up there. We'll promote it when it happens. Okay. So our final, what we like to do at the end of every episode, all 15 of them. Is the egg question. So it's a really good litmus test for us to know if anybody's watched our episodes. And you failed, my friend. Just kidding. Okay. So on these eggs we have a number, and so we're going to ask you to pick out an egg. Oh, I should probably show the audience because they never probably have seen them either.
They're actual eggs.
These are actual.
Did you just say our
Your
audience has
chickens?
never seen eggs?
These are Jonathan's chickens.
No.
No, yeah, I don't think many people watch till the end. Although this one's a little shorter.
Yeah.
So they may make it. And actually, you're entertaining. So
Oh man, now I feel a lot of pressure to make sure you get a good one in there.
because there's 6 eggs 2, 3, 4. Yep. 6 eggs. Pick out an egg. Tell us the number on the bottom. Now they've been in the refrigerator, so they're cold. If your hands are really warm, they'll probably crack, and it'll be a egg. You'll have egg all over yourself.
Egg on my face.
Egg on your face, yeah,
so
right.
to speak.
Okay, what did you get?
Do I show the audience? Wow. Aren't you gonna guess? I thought you were like guess the number. No.
Oh, two. Wait, what do people always pull? There's one.
Yeah, he pulled it.
Did you see it?
What is it? Is
3?
it 4?
It's 3.
You got the Trinity.
Is it?
Oh, 6, 7. You don't have 7 eggs though. Dang it! I should put. You can put it back if you want to, unless you want to take it.
That's not like a parting gift.
Yeah. Do you want an egg?
I suppose you could take it.
No, I'm good.
We should make people. Actually, we had one guy when he pulled the egg. He said, "Do I have to eat this on camera?"
Is this
no.
Is it hard boiled?
They're all number 3s, just so you know. Is that what you're looking at?
No, I didn't.
All right. Okay. It was number 3. Yes.
Yeah.
It was number 3. Not that it really matters. Just kidding.
All right. Well, this is interesting. What is your favorite movie and why?
Oh, favorite movie.
Can I guess before you say
Sure.
it? Shawshank Redemption.
No, that was a good
Okay.
movie though.
You just want to say Shawshank.
I did.
Sounds
Chicago.
Is it Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Oh.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know that I have a favorite. I like a lot of different movies, but
We can maybe narrow it down to comedy or genre.
yeah, probably comedy would be or animated. I watched a lot of animated movies.
Really? What?
When we had kids. Yeah.
Oh, VeggieTales.
Like the Pixar type movies, and yeah.
Let's go with that. Favorite Pixar movie?
Yeah, probably Cars actually.
Really?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because there's so much. I appreciate how they, their main audience is kids, obviously, but I appreciate how they throw in stuff for the parents. That the parents appreciate the different humor, whatever one-liners and stuff like that.
I had 2 of my adult sons over last night. We watched an adult movie. Wait, that's not whoa, okay. A movie that adults would watch, not kids. And and afterward, we're just sitting there, and I'm flipping through to look for movies we can watch next time they come over. And there's Bluey episodes were on the provider, was Prime or whatever. And one of them goes, "Oh, I'd watch some Bluey." And I was like, oh. So I hit Bluey. We watched 6 episodes in a row of Bluey together.
You and your boys?
Yeah, me and my adult sons.
Funny.
It's just such a great show.
It is a good one. And I like SpongeBob comes on a lot at our house, and that's really always, they got some pretty good jokes in there, too.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have a favorite joke? Do you have a good joke stored away?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm more of a as needed one-liner.
You have a fast.
I don't have anything original, so I don't have any original
you
material. That's
Yeah,
why I
you
wouldn't be able to get up on stage.
Oh.
We'll see about that.
You could just work a crowd, though, right?
No, probably not.
No.
Have you ever wanted to do a podcast?
Well, at work we do. I don't host it.
You do a podcast at
I'm
work?
behind the scenes there.
Oh,
yeah.
do you ever go on?
No.
Talk about anything?
No.
That's why he's probably looking at this and being like, "This is a shoddy operation." Maybe he's
Audio
just going to
levels-
report us to the FCC.
Audio levels are all over the place.
Question, what is that?
Substandard lighting.
We have a bunch of sponsors that don't give us any money.
Mute your
Phones
phones.
ringing.
Oh my gosh. Well, Doug, I don't want to keep him. I'm sorry. We're at 408. Awesome. Did you have anything else?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm going to let him go.
Awesome to have you here.
Thanks,
Excited to follow up maybe in the future with what you're doing next. And yeah, man, it was really great having you here. Thank you for you spent most of your day with us today. So I mean, coffee at 6 a.m. and so it was great, man. But we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. And so thank you guys for watching. And if you want to find out anything about Doug, Back to the Bible US.
Back to the Bible US, yeah.
They have a website too?
YouTube. BTTB.org.
BET.
BTTB.
That was
BET Network.
To the Bible. Yeah.
Okay, I remember watching BET back in the day. MTV. No, that was MTV. Okay, this is falling apart big time. Thanks,
wheels just
thank
came
you.
off.
Yep, thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate your time. And saddle up your horses when join us on the next episode. That was a Matthew Stephen Curtis Chapman reference to Saddle Up Your Horse.
Oh, Saddle Up Your Horse?
Yeah.
No.
Remember that song?
No, I don't.
thought that was Keith
Saddle
Urban.
up your horses.
I don't remember that.
Okay, well that was potatoes from Ireland, right?
Thieving potatoes.
Smuggling
I'm
potatoes
Irish,
out
so
of there.
I can say that.
You're Irish?
Yep.
It's not true.
Yeah, I just make stuff up. This whole thing is made up. Doug wasn't. I mean, Doug is made up.
Yeah, it's AI.
AI. It's all
There's
AI,
no one
yeah.
sitting there. Right. No one's that good looking. Come on.
Exactly. I mean, this is a good-looking dude. Yeah, that was one of our caveats: is you can't be better looking than us. And then now we blew it. Yeah. So
We'll just have to put
Just
like a
dim the
fuzz
lights.
over his face.
Yeah.
Like one of those. Like
Really
like,
slate it
muffle
out.
his voice.
Slightly obscured.
It'll be
Ivey.
sorry, did Jonathan kind of go over.
Yeah, he said no cussing, no mooning.
Camera
Camera
mooning is
Yeah.
a big one. We've had that happen.
Well, not again. The SEC is all over us.
Oh yeah. Is it the SEC or the FCC?
No, it's the.
It's the ASS
The-
patrol.
Yeah. Closer.
Your voice sounds good. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
My voice sounds amazing.
You should do some voiceover work. Maybe you should do some voiceover work for your car business. Little country cars. Right there.
Nah, they wouldn't let me.
Okay.
I tried.
See, it was like 50 degrees in here, and now I'm like getting hot.
Secret ploy to get you to like undress throughout the episode.
You just slowly. Why does that guy have his shirt off? Want to sit there, or do you want to sit there?
Get out, Doug.
I don't want. You want to like
I'll
take. This
sit.
is like
I'll
taking the
sit.
driver's seat. You want to take the driver's seat?
That'd,
No.
that'd be interesting. He'd be like back and forth, like.
Yeah, I can just sit here.
Okay.
Oh, here, no, you can sit there.
Okay. Thank you. The good thing is fire wasn't going back here. Boom. Local podcast explodes.
You want to do it again just in case?
Sure.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I would do another take. Go ahead.
My name's Mike Sizz.
And I'm Jonathan Ivey. Tim Todd. I'm
Tim Todd.
Tim Todd.
What's up, Tim?
Oh no. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
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 Let's
Amen.
roll it.
Roll it.
All right.
Sure that I'll lose it, I'm sure I will find. Ooh, when I'm with you, oh, be my strength, and take this burden from me. Oh, be my strength, and take this hurt